Let's go to the book of Acts, the book of history of the life of the apostles, what the apostles done, and whom wrote it was Luke. And Luke doesn't lie. He that did so with perfection and put it all in the right order. 21:17. Paul is speaking, and when we had come to Jerusalem, the brothers received us with joy. The following day, Paul went in with us to see whom? James, Jacob, the brother of Jesus, and who were gathered there. And all the elders were present. How many? All. When he had greeted them, he told them in detail those things that God had done with the Gentiles through his ministry. And when they heard it, they glorified God and said, you see, brother, how many thousands of Jews, therefore, are who have believed. They are all zealous for the law. And Paul might have said, I'm not speaking about the law. What I preach is grace. But they didn't want to hear that word. They say, you see, brethren, how many Jews, therefore, have believed and are zealous for the law? By the law, no one is justified by the law. But let's continue reading. It says, where were we? Verse 21, but they have been informed about you that you teach all the Jews that are among the Gentiles to abandon Moses, as if to say they should not apostatize. From Moses, Paul taught that you had to abandon the law, the Sabbath day, prohibitions of foods and vestments. Paul apostatized of that covenant because that's a covenant with defects, saying that they ought not to circumcise the children nor walk according to their customs. What then? The assembly might certainly meet because they've heard you have come. Therefore, do what we tell you. There are 4 men that have taken a vow. Take them with you, purify yourself with them, pay their expenses so that they may shave their heads. And all will understand that there is nothing according to what they've said about you, but that you walk orderly and you're keeping the law. For the apostles, the order was that you walk according to the law. And Paul teaches us in Galatians that all that rely on the works of the law are under a curse. This is a covenant of grace. But notice the finale of all of this. Let's look to the next chapter, chapter 22, verse 17 and 18. Paul says, and it happened when I returned to Jerusalem and was praying in the temple that I was in a trance. And I saw him saying to me, hurry and get out of Jerusalem quickly, for they will not receive your testimony concerning me. So I said, Lord, they know that in every synagogue I imprisoned and beat those who believed on you. And when the blood of your witness of Stephen was poured, I was standing there consenting and watching over the garments of those killing him. Verse 22, and they listened to him until this word. And then they raised their voice and said, hang such a man above the earth, for it is not good that he lives. And how they cried out and tore their clothing. When Paul spoke, those that kept the law and those that converted in the day of Pentecost, all of the Christians of those days, about 40 of them raised up and said, this man should not live.